Good Tuesday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the internal combustion engine age YouTube channel. Talks about all my cars and trucks and SUVs and the motorcycles, the pond, the dogs, the attitudes. Wow. Hey, good Tuesday morning there for all those that tune in my channel and watch my comments and my views and ideas and silliness, addictions, challenges. But hey, good Tuesday morning there. Hope those who watch my channel are in good health, good spirits, and have no doubts in their mind of how today's going to be a better day than yesterday. Yeah, right. Well, anyways, hey, good morning there. As always, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. And you heard the word no doubt or doubt. Yes, I thought to myself today, we had the knowledge conversations yesterday. Yeah, you have the Iceman's Mr. Knowledge Man. Yeah, maybe, somewhat. 61 years later of the hard knocks of life, I think I have a little bit of knowledge and wisdom maybe. But today I thought the theme would be the doubt conversation. But wow, incredible to say. It's just a beautiful day because there's no wind. We've had incredible winds over the weekend, heavy rains. The pond looks beautiful. The grass is growing. The grass is green, getting greener, and the life is coming back where the garden projects, the cutting grass projects, they're picking up all the loose limbs and tree debris and all the landmine tennis balls. Yes, the property looks like a landmine because look at all the tennis balls. They're everywhere. Yeah, my daughter, and I'm sure I'll be participating, need to drive around and just start picking up all these balls because when you're cutting the grass, it isn't like it destroys a mower, but these things, they shoot out like a rocket, and God forbid it hits somebody in the head or hits my car, or who knows. So that's another project, which, oh my goodness gracious, here's all the dogs. The Kiefer dog's always riled up. Is he acclimating very slowly? And the kid, that dog defecated in my daughter's room the other night that she spent yesterday the whole day cleaning that room. It was that bad. Woo, yikes. But we got it under control, I believe, because blows me away I'm the only one in the family figures out, hey, quit letting them eat that dog food that everybody else eats. So, oh, all right, here we go. Look at the collection. Look at the Mopars. Look at the Fords. Look at the, I think myself this morning, how many vehicles have I already bought this year? And I said in January, I'm sure many people are like, yeah, I have doubt in your words, Mr. Iceman. When you say, oh, I'm not going to do what I did last year. Yeah, it's always challenging to stay true to your word, isn't it? Seems like the city administration and other people in power have a challenge, too, of staying to their word. Or are they staying to their word? But maybe so many feel that we live in times of doubt like never, ever seen. Here's the Dark Horse. Here's the Camaro. I parked the Dark Horse in because I want the Dark Horse to be out of the environment, besides the birds crapping all over it. But also parked it in here, so I wanted to show the lines on the Camaro and the Mustang. Meanwhile, I got the dogs here. Got the attitudes, and probably should get them kind of wrapped up. And I never have unloaded all the bikes from a week ago. So a week ago, Monday, I was on the road all day driving back from Florida and got back in town, and I've been picking up the pieces. I've been gone for over 3 weeks, and I, let's see if I know how to do this correctly. So, hey, Ginger baby, let's get over here. Go on, Ginger. Go on, baby, come on. Okay, get up here. Try to change it up. All right, go on. Okay, get your football. Right here. Get that. Okay, take that up there. There you go. Good boy, get up there. All right, maybe get something to play with. Yeah. So the distractions, right? Sorry about that, but lights, camera, action of the good old shop, Iceman shop. And but I was saying before I got in here, for me, it's the constant challenge of wanting to buy something. That's just my whole story of my whole life. And it's always been about the cars and trucks and motorcycles and SUVs. It hasn't been about buying clothing, jewelry, going on extravagant vacations. If you watch my channel, you'll see that I have, it's kind of the look I have. Never been a guy into going out and buying expensive watches and all the jewelry, or going gambling, or going for the big cruise line tours, or going for the big extravagant vacations. I never have done that. It's always been my money, always been spent on these cars and trucks. And yeah, in some ways, yeah, that's limited my capability to do those things, but I haven't had the desire to do those things. I've always been very happy of getting my happiness out of my own world, of having the latest, greatest, coolest vehicle, truck, motorcycle, whatever it may be. And so going back to what I just said, just thinking to myself this year, what I've already bought this year from January through March. And I thought, oh my gosh, is it 6 vehicles, 7 vehicles? So here we go. Here's a purchase, the Raptor 37. There's one. There's the F450. There's number 2. In the trailer over here, there's a Fast Johnny. That's number 3. There's a CVO ST. That's number 4. So there's 4 vehicles that I just thought of. Then you go in the shop. We have the Camaro Z28. That's 5. Yesterday, I did give Carvana the certified cashier's check for that Corvette to be delivered on Sunday. So that's 6. That's 6 purchases so far this year of vehicles. Oh my gosh. It just doesn't end. So if you go from the end of last year to present times, I'm at like 40 vehicles. Didn't I finish off last year with like 33 or 34 vehicles? And here's the thing. I'm buying that Corvette, which I'm just crazy. I mean, I'll just tell you straight up. What spurred that purchase? I mean, sincerely, what? I mean, if anybody has any doubt, yeah, I know, the doubt word. What does the doubt word even mean? But, so anyways, here I'm buying another car. Where am I going to park? Yeah, I mean, what do I have to do? I'm going to have to get these bikes in a different position. I got to get all this crap out up front here so I can park my Vette like where the bikes are, and then just have the select bikes I have in the back there, and then some of these other bikes have to go to trailers to just to manage the challenges. And the biggest thing is there's the birds. Yeah, man, I know. And people are like, well, this is what you do to get rid of the birds. Yeah, it's called get a gun. Start shooting the damn things. Yeah, that's a major problem. My life with the birds is getting ready to be just a total drag because they move into my barn and they just crap on everything. Yeah, I know. So get snakes, get a device, get netting, blah, 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 blah. I mean, the netting idea probably wouldn't be bad if I wanted to get a netting operation here, but they'd probably still figure out how to get through that. Yeah, who knows? So anyways, so yeah, do you have any doubt in your mind that I'll keep on buying things? Yes, I'm sure anybody here watching my channel, when I make comments first of each year that's been a good long subscriber, oh, I'm not going to do what I did last year. I'm sure like, oh, yeah, doubtful on that, Mr. Iceman. I doubt that's going to happen. I'm sure you'll be back on your antics. Yeah, it's all about the finances, and this is expensive. I mean, I'm now, and sincerely, at the highest level ever of obligations on financing. This is very challenging. So anybody here watching my channel, this is very expensive, and it just takes a little of the wrong things to happen on my business side, and sadly, some of the stuff will start to disappear. I mean, I'm not lying to you. This is very dangerous times, and it's this YouTube channel. I'm not Cletus McFarlane. I don't make tons of money. This YouTube channel, if I relied on the money for this YouTube channel, I could buy about a week's worth of groceries and maybe pay my cell phone bill. And that's probably it. That's how much money I make doing this ongoing YouTube channel versus the guy, Cletus McFarlane, which that guy, I think that guy makes like $100,000 a month. That guy has a very good YouTube channel, very entertaining, but it kind of reminds me of the car shows that you watch on regular main media, you know, Motor Trend and all the Discovery Channel. I mean, to me, he's mastered what other networks created. I mean, it reminds me of Gas Monkey Garage in some ways, on how, what was it, John Rollins or whatever the guy's name is, of Gas Monkey with Aaron. He'd always put the guys on projects, and then he would just disappear. I don't know. I really don't watch Cletus McFarlane's YouTube channel per se much, but I give the guy credit because he's got a phenomenal shop. He's got a whole group of guys that can help him take vehicles and other things, boats, helicopters. I mean, he gets into everything. And he's got the Ford race truck like me. And yeah, I should have put the Whipple supercharger in the Ford race truck over the Mustang just to be the cool guy, which I still can. I mean, all sincereness. Once I do the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, do I do the Whipple in this thing here and mod it out and make it into the super duper race truck like Cletus McFarlane has done with his. And does that get that type of attention? I don't think it will, because he just has a whole different gig. He truly has hands-on people to build things, which that's what intrigues people to watch his channel, because you can see him build cars like that. Oh, the wife's going to work this morning. I better not let you see her. She's not gonna. You won't see. She'll be hiding. Like, don't show me on your channel. I'll be in big trouble. She'll force me to erase this video. So she'll be like, no, don't do that. I'm like, right, you won't be seen, honey. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, is there any doubt that Cletus McFarlane will continue to just have incredible success? The guy's offering right now a Chevy or a GMC truck that somebody modified. This just kind of blows me away that the big guys, the GM, the Ford's doing it, but GM and Ram, they don't build a two-door Viper truck that they made so many years ago. I had the Viper two-door trucks, SRT 10s, because they're a 10-cylinder Viper motor, and it was just a really cool truck. And to this date, I wish I would have kept my black night edition, but financial havoc in my life took that away. That's why that went away. But the point is, I wish the other big guys would make these custom trucks that were lowered and had nice big engines in them, and there would be a market for them. And that's what Cletus McFarlane's doing, is he has taken a guy that apparently bought a GMC 8-foot bed. Apparently you cannot buy a two-door short bed GMC or Chevy truck with a V8 motor in it. If you buy the short bed, it goes, I think, to a 4-cylinder or something like that. So some guy apparently built Cletus McFarlane a dream truck, meaning he never intended to build it for Cletus McFarlane, but Cletus McFarlane found this guy that took a 8-foot style bed truck, and the guy put the whole 6-foot chassis truck on the whole body, and he made everything kind of work with that V8 setup or something like that. And now Cletus McFarlane is having a giveaway on that truck. They're going to mod it, tune it, do some other things to it. And apparently, if I'm up to date, I don't know. It's part of me is like, am I watching a video from a year ago? I just don't know, because I just don't follow that guy's channel. But what I'm trying to get to is, there's no doubt that guy will be very successful and continue to be successful because he's very creative. I've had people reach out my channel. It's like, why don't you give one of your cars away? Well, I can honestly tell you, if my channel was making me $100,000 a month, $50,000 a month, would I give away vehicles? Oh, absolutely. I would definitely do that. I would definitely give back to subscribers that help my channel grow. I mean, if you just really watch who I am and you travel around with me, I'm not attached to these vehicles. I'm not attached to them. I mean, if I was, how come a year ago you would see a whole different lot of vehicles? I mean, so that isn't who I am. I just like to get the fun, the thrill out of it, and then I move on to the next thing. So, sincerely, if somebody was like, oh man, hey, yeah, if I was making the big bucks on this YouTube channel, would I be, saying, hey, the Super B, I'm going to give away the Super B, or I'm going to give away the Raptor, or I'm going to give away the race truck? I mean, I would be up for that, because I could just get it replaced down the road if I really want to get replaced. Now, the Camaro Z28, that I would not give away. That's just too rare. That's a very rare special item, which you just can't get a dime a dozen of. So just like Cletus McFarlane, he's not giving away his favorite race truck he built, the Ford F-150. And get this, the GMC is like, I don't know, it's like 800 pounds more or 1,500 pounds more than his race truck, because it's all the aluminum on the Ford truck. I don't know. But anyways, just kind of talking about Cletus McFarlane, because I watched his video last night and I haven't seen him in a while, and just complimenting him on how he has a really cool channel and he's got a really good gig, and that's so cool. And yeah, do I wish I had that capability? Of course. I mean, do I wish that I would have been the guy that had the big shop, making things, customizing things? Oh man, that'd be so cool. My brother would be part of that because he loves to weld and build things. But that's not my story. My story It's just more about the guy that goes out and buys yet another vehicle, a different vehicle, but I buy the same thing back over and over again. And that's where it's just unique to my personality, if you watch my channel, is because this is like my 4th Raptor truck that in so many ways is the same as the first one I got in November of 2017 as a 2018 model, 35 package, but it's the same look. I'm sure they've updated, cleaned them up. Now I got the 37 versus the 35, but overall it's just the same truck. This is now like my 4th F450 dually. First one I bought was in Kuhn Sterling Ford on December 31st of 2017, the gold white, and actually gave me the wrong one. I wanted the 2018 model. That's a whole other story that I can spend a lot of time telling you, but I won't, where they gave me the 2017 model. 2018 had a bump in horsepower and torque, so I had to give it back to them and get that one back. But the whole point is, here I buy yet another Ford F450 truck, which for the most part, it's the same truck. It really doesn't have any different look. Why is that? You know, why'd I do that? I've now had like at least, I think, 3 F250. Well, I've had the single axle Ford F250, well, Ford F350. So back in March of 2020, right during the pandemic, I picked up the new Godzilla V8 black F350 Tremor. So that was like the first one. And then I sold that. Then eventually I got an F250 Platinum, exactly like this truck, like in 2022, I think, or 2023. Was it 2022? It was 2022. And then I got rid of that only for in 2023, a year ago, coming up a year ago, like last, I believe, I think it was either March or April, I bought this used F250 Tremor. So it's like I get rid of it, but the difference on the first one was it gas. I went to diesels, but diesels. So what is that? You know, what is it about me when I constantly buy something, I get rid of it, only to buy back the same product, but it's just a different color, a different package, just like the Dodge Charger. I've had so many Dodge Chargers, it's beyond believable, since 2015. This has to be my at least 4th Dodge Charger, just thinking off the tip of my tongue. I think it's about the 4th, maybe the 3rd. I had a blue one, had a red one, had another blue one. Now I have the Plum Crazy. So this is like my 4th Dodge Charger since, well, it's hard to believe, but in a 9-year run. Challengers, this has to be, I had a Plum Crazy 2014 RT, then I had a SRT Jazz Blue, then I got a Hellcat Plum Crazy, that's 3, and then after the Hellcat, I let it go, but then I got a Red Eye Octane Red, that's 4, and then I bought the Gold Rush SRT non-Hellcat, that's 5. Then I got rid of that. Then I bought the Gold Rush, sit in the garage, that's like number 6. And then I bought it back again. So, but I'll just say 6. And then we got the Smoke Show. This is number 7. So I think that this is, so I think I've had 7 Dodge Challengers. Now the difference is in that time frame is the wide body came along in 2000, I believe 19, maybe 2018, I think it was 19. They even brought the wide body concept out, but then I think 19 it came available. So then you go to the Mustang, and I never owned Mustangs until like 2000. It's hard to believe I grew up all these years and I never owned a Mustang when I was a kid. Never liked them, wasn't into Ford. And it wasn't until, I believe, May of 2018, I think. Pretty sure it was May of 2018. I bought a GT 350 used. It was that Kona Blue or whatever you call it. And I really didn't like it. I didn't like that Voodoo motor because you had to rev the car up so much. And I really wanted the 10-speed auto GT Performance Package 1. And that's what I went to go buy from Kuhn from Ford. But the guys talked me into the GT 350. And I regretted that purchase. And I didn't keep it but maybe 3 months. Only to trade it back in for an Orange Fury Mustang GT PP1 that a gentleman had ordered automatic that he didn't take the deal. So that was like my second Mustang. And then after that, I'm just trying to think. It was 2018. And then I think I picked up a GT 350, a white one, but I think that was after I sold my Dodge Charger. So I'll just say that was 3. And then I got the GT500 2020 model. So that was number 4. And then I sold it. Then I bought it back. Just going through my shuffling of my files. So then I bought my daughter a white GT PP1. So it's at number 5. I can't even keep track here. Orange Fury, GT350, 2 of those. That's 3. The Mustang GT500, 4. So that's 5. That was 5. Then I bought the Heritage Edition GT500. There's 6. Only to sell the GT500 500s and then buy the new 24 S650 series GT. So what's that? 7? Am I right on that? 5, 6, 7? I can't even. Geez. So, and then the Dark Horse. So is that 7, 8? I mean, oh my gosh. It's bugging me now. I can't keep track of what I just freaking said. So 350, 2 350s, and then like 2 GT500s, and then 2 of the GTs. That's 6, 7, 8. So 8 Mustangs. So all I do is I just turn around and I just buy back what I got rid of. You go over here to the Ford Bronco. If you really watch my channel from back in January of 2022, I was bragging all day about how great this Ford Bronco Wild Track package is. And I mean, I was so excited about that vehicle. Hot pepper red hot chili pepper is what I used to call it. Loved that vehicle. Did tons of videos on it. Did exhaust on it. And just truly loved that vehicle. Did the back tailgater thing and did all the mud flaps and did the rear slide-in drawer box. Loved it. Truly felt that was a vehicle I'd never get rid of. Never get rid of. But I ordered also the Cyber Orange 2-door for the daughter. So in 2022, from January until like May, I think it was, I had 2 Wild Tracks and loved them. Didn't really like the 2-door because it was too compact. So then the summer of 22, I get an F-150 Lightning truck. Yeah. So if you then back up and we start talking now about, well, we'll finish up the Ford Broncos. So there was my 2 Broncos I first got in 2022. Loved it. I knew about the Ford Raptor Bronco, but I did not want to follow it, and I ignored it because I knew if I started following it, I'd want it. But I was so happy with my Wild Track, I didn't want the Raptor. Only for November of 2022, Coons Baltimore Ford gets in that cactus gray Raptor. They won a competition. Whoever sells the most Visa credit card, Ford branded credit cards in the country, they get an allocation of a non-order customer Raptor Ford Bronco, and that's what happened. So they called me and said, hey, Iceman, we got a beautiful Raptor sitting for you that nobody ordered. We won a competition and selling the most sign-ups of people getting the credit card Ford brand Visa, so we got an allocation and it can be yours. And so you watch my channel, you'll see on how I was resistant to buy it. I even walked away from the deal, but in the end, I ended up giving up my hot pepper red Wild Track for the Raptor. And then you see me how I fall in love with the cactus, only for not even November through like, I don't know, April, May of last year, I sell it. I get rid of it. Yeah. Only to regret selling it. Only to buy this a week later back. Once again. So at that point, I've already owned 4 Broncos. And I've already sold, I sold the Cyber Orange truck because they gave me 10 grand more for what I paid for it. That helped me buy my Lightning truck and helped me buy the Heritage Edition GT500. That was all the summer of 2022. So now you go fast forward to the blue, the Azura Gray over here. So that's my 5th Bronco since 22. So once again, what is it where I doubt myself? Do I second guess myself? What am I doing? So now 5 Broncos. Now you go to the F-150 Raptor, which was my first official F-150 truck. It wasn't an F-150 truck, but it was a Raptor. That was my first official purchase of a half-ton truck was a Raptor. So now you go back, and I had a white one. That was November 2017. And then I kept that and got myself in trouble for speeding on 81. That was a reckless driving ticket, which was very nerve-wracking of what I had to go through to get that resolved. That's a hell of a long story. If you ever actually heard that story, you'd be stumped of how I was able to beat that ticket. I mean, it's just stuff that I don't really want to share with on my public conversations. But if we were personal friends sitting next to each other, I'd tell you a story that you'd never understand how I made that all work out. God was with me. I can't emphasize enough. Pray for a miracle. So there was one F-150. So then I got rid of that. And then this is where the mind travel will kind of get a little lost. But then I picked up, like a year later, a used Raptor silver truck, which was really nice. The guy was a smoker that had it. Always had that smoke interior. So that was number 2. And then from that point, I was then kind of on the Ford F4. I was in the Ford F-series project. So my first Ford F-250 was a King Ranch white truck that I bought from Ted Britt Ford in Chantilly. But that was when I bought my F-150 white truck. So I don't think I even counted that over there. I kind of forgot about that on the F-250s but it wasn't a Tremor. It was the King Ranch. But on the F-250s, I've had, I guess, three of those, if I'm correct on that. But back to the Raptor. So then I had a second silver Raptor, but then I bought the Ford F-150 Tremor truck, which I have many videos on that thing. That thing was such a badass truck. Loved that vehicle, and I thought I'd never sell that, only to sacrifice it for the graduation year for my daughter of high school, that we see this 2-door F-450 at Coons Baltimore Ford. And if I give up my Tremor truck, we can have that truck. And so for my daughter's graduation, in my views, I rewarded her by getting that truck and letting go of my F-150 Tremor, even though I so many ways regretted it. But I just had picked up the brand new F-150 Lightning that I had ordered like a year previous, and Coons Baltimore Ford got in my light blue, I can't remember, ice blue F-150 truck, which I have video of me going down the road in that, towing my motorcycle trailer and having my F-250 truck behind it on 81 down near Tennessee, and having to unhook because the truck couldn't tow far enough, and we ran out of energy and ran into charging challenges. So there on the F-150s, you've already got Raptors 2, Tremor 3, Lightning 4, and then I picked up a black F-150 Raptor last year. So that's number 5. But prior to that, I picked up the race truck F-150. So that's 6. And prior to that, I picked up a Shelby Super Snake Sport custom F-150 race truck. So that's 7. And then I picked up this Lightning truck. That's 8. And then I picked up that Power Boost F-150. That's 9. So I have purchased 9 F-150 trucks since the fall of 2017, if you include the Raptor truck being an F-150 truck, which it is. And then they've got the Ranger trucks, which I don't even have those anymore. But I bought my first gold, which is down there in Florida, that I gave to my dad, and then I sold it to my brother for a really great price. So there is my first Ranger, and then I bought a blue Ranger that I put a little suspension kit under it and did an air intake on it, did exhaust on it, tune, and that was pretty cool. So that's number 2. But then I got rid of that, only to buy a Ranger Tremor package, which that was a really nice truck, actually. So I think on the Ranger side, I only had 3 of those. But then you go to the Maverick. So I bought my dad a Ford Maverick, which I really did. He didn't like it. I shipped it up here. I think that was like September or October of 22. And so I took that over and I drove that around. And then I bought a carbonized Maverick truck, which only didn't even have 30 days. And that's where I got the Ford F-150 race truck over here. Was that thing. I was so disappointed when I sold my F-150 Super Snake truck. It was a $100,000 truck. It was too much money. It wasn't collectible like they told me. The Tuscany organization who represents Shelby Manufacturing told me they were going to do only a 1-year run on the Shelby Super Snake sport truck of 250 units. I had like number 76, and that was a total lie. So I was so disappointed about that. I let it go. It wasn't fast. It was not fast. The Raptor R would smoke that thing. I'm not lying to you. So I was always very disappointed that that truck never gave me that real punch, kick in the seat of your pants feel. So I really felt like, you know what? And it never had the exhaust note, and I didn't want to mod it because it was already a custom built truck. So I just left it alone. Had a very hard time getting 80 grand out of it from Coons Baltimore Ford when I paid like 92 for it. So I was so disappointed that I wouldn't have gotten pretty much what I paid for it. Somebody has that truck today. He's probably very happy driving a truck around. So where is that? So that was the Maverick. So I had 2 Mavericks. And since then, I haven't had any more Mavericks. But if you want to count the Ford Mustang Mach-E, which I've already had 2 of these. I had the Grabber Blue, which Joe, that used to work for me, drove the hell out of that thing, put a ton of miles on it. I got out of it just in time. Just in time. I got decent money out of it. Not great money, but I was in that thing for like 80, and I got like 64 for it, and I think I owed like 74 on it when I got rid of it. And now this thing here, I'm stuck with this because I paid like 80, and right now I owe like 64 grand on it, no lie, because I traded something for it. I traded my Ford Expedition, which that's a whole other story. There's Ford Expeditions. I've already owned like 2, I think, Ford Expeditions, which I don't have those anymore, but I traded that in along with that Ford Ranger truck for the Mach-E, thinking the wife would love it, save some gas mileage, money, and all that other stuff, and 2 vehicles for 1 vehicle, save on the insurance and the payments. But the wife just has the range anxiety, so she just, I mean, she'll drive it, but at the most part, she has range anxiety, so it doesn't meant to be. But here's the problem. I buried negative equity in this car, and this thing is nosedive, where this car's value probably right now is worth about $40,000. I would say, if I want to sell it my own, would I maybe get like 44 for it? Maybe. But I have to write a $20,000 check to get out of it, which I'm not going to do that. So, and that's the thing about what's going on today more than ever is the doubt. I'm feeling more than ever the doubt in these car dealerships about taking your car on trade because they don't want to put a value on your car. And if they do, they lowball the hell out of it because they have a lot of doubt in their mind that the market isn't getting any better. And here's a Jeep Gladiator. This is my second Jeep Gladiator. So, Ram truck, oh my gosh. This is like my 4th mega cab Ram truck that I've owned. I mean, I don't even have the Ram 1500s. If I had these in the driveway, I mean, I would take the rest of the morning to continue to talk about how I've bought the same thing over and over and over again. I get rid of it only to buy back what I used to have. The Fast Johnny. Sold the Fast Johnny, only to buy the Fast Johnny back. But technically, it's a Road Glide instead of the Street Glide. But I wanted to buy the Street Glide back in all reality. But in the Honda Goldwing, this is my 4th Honda Goldwing. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. The vehicles that I buy, get rid of. As we continue the channel on the doubt. And so the reason I'm bringing up the doubt conversations is I'm drinking my coffee, my iced coffee. I switched it up. I noticed down in Florida that I drank the Starbucks coffee. It didn't seem to irritate me as much. So I'm drinking Starbucks cold brew coffee. Let's see if I'm right or wrong. So the reason I brought the doubt conversation up is because yesterday my daughter now is fixated. I mean, you know what it is. It's the father-daughter, family, friends, whatever it may be. Hear my ice. Probably hear things rattling around. It's not my brains. I I probably do have rocks in my brain, but that's not what's rattling around. So all my gear got wet. All my gear coming back last Monday. But I think it was when I parked the truck in the driveway for a few days and it was downpouring rain. Thank goodness all the stuff is dried out, but all my helmets were soaked. And anybody knows, oh my gosh, will those things have a smell, an odor to them? They will. So the kid, my daughter's just funny. So the kid is like, oh, I want the Camaro. And she's wanted a Camaro long before I wanted this. So for the record, I can't take that away from her. She's been wanting me to buy a Camaro for many years. She likes this body style, this line. So And she's like, I want this. Like, no, this is Daddy's car. You know, you can drive it here and there, but it's Daddy's car. Yeah, guess what now she wants to drive? Guess what's coming Sunday? And guess who wants to ride around a convertible car? What do you think that is, right? Yeah, stay tuned for that. The Sunday Carvana adventures. Well, the Sunday car meet will be at my own house. Yes, it will be, with Carvana bringing my Corvette Z06 convertible. So the point of this is, I found a Z01 2015, 27,000 miles. It looks very similar to this car, all blacked out, local used car lot. But I told the daughter, it's like, the only way that deal's going down is you're going to have to give up your Dodge Challenger. Which, if yesterday you watched my video late in the day, I finally put in those mats that I ordered that are custom designed to mold it into inside of your car. And they're pretty cool. You got to go to my yesterday's video of me doing my antics of wanting to go by the Dodge dealership and throw in their face I got a check to go give Carvana. Maybe I should give it to you to buy something from you guys. But they didn't have anything I want. So I told the daughter, it's like, the only way deal is going to go down. You're going to have to apply for financing to put that in your name and take that car, which I put a lot of money down that car to pay down the debt in that car. For you, probably should have decent equity to trade toward that car. Well, get this. Between asking my selling Dodge dealer, I mean, for the record, they don't have a deal going for the vehicle. So is there really any excitement for them to give me a number? No number. They never respond to number. The used car lot guy, which is like a one-man show, used car sales guy, finance guy, wears all the hats, small used car dealership. It took me forever to get a hold of the guy. So if I got a hold of him, so, you know, the suspension's been modded. The motor's been cammed. It's got smaller pulleys for the supercharger. So, you know, it's been modded. So it's saying, But the car, they want $39,900 for the car, which isn't bad. It isn't a bad price for the car. But the question is, what is the Challenger worth? And so 5 hours after I gave the guy pictures and video, VIN numbers, everything about that car, 5 hours later, the guy's texting me and he's like, I don't know. He's scared to put a number on this car. And I'm like, here we go. So he has doubt. He even called me. He said, I don't know. What do you expect out of a car? I said, you know what? I'm waiting for my dealer to tell me what they think it's worth. They haven't gotten back to me. I don't want to put a number on this car yet. But I already know where it's going. I already know where this is going. I'd be willing to bet this car, in fact, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to show you the original sticker on this car. It's a 2020 Dodge Challenger. And of course, we all know during the pandemic, shortage of products, these damn cars got hot and they were getting big money. And Dodge, if you look at that plum crazy Dodge Charger out there, they jumped that price, that car, for like $70,000. I mean, $70,000 for that, which is just beyond believable. So now here you are, 2020, and the price was $56,000. So my guess is, I'm not lying to you, hope I'm wrong, my guess is they're going to say that car's worth $36,000. Trade. And they're going to hope they get $39,000, which is just crazy. Here I'm going to buy a 9-year-old car, Camaro ZL1, that, you know, it's a cool car, but so I'm going to give up the Challenger for $36,000, and then there's no equity, there's nothing there. I mean, there's nothing there. And then we're going to have to pull money out of our pocket to buy that car. Nope. So that deal is, there's no way I can see that deal going down. Now, if they came back to me and said, I'll give you $42,000 for it, then that's a little different ball game, you know, which I haven't heard that. And I still, but I don't think that's going to be the number. I just think where the car values are going, they're gone, because all these dealerships now, all the car guys have huge doubt of people coming to the table to go buy cars. It's huge. Clearly, if you watch a YouTube channel, Gloomer Doomers, all their dreams are coming true. They really are. All these guys, Dan the Man, Lucky Lopez, John Williams, all these guys that have been predicting gloom and doom. I think their day of wishing of what their video tells everybody, that they're the prophets. You know, these are the guys who are the prophets. These guys have very active YouTube channels where people tune in every day and they listen to all the negativity of everything's coming to an end. And I think it just may start to happen. I mean, it's beyond believable of what is going on in the world markets, in this country's market. The stock market shows no indication whatsoever of this country being in dire straits in the auto industry or being in dire straits of the home industry. Is this making any sense when you can watch video after video of content that can confirm any doubt in your mind that the car sales truly have tanked, that the home sales truly have tanked, that people are in foreclosures at the highest rate, that people are in repossessions of cars at the highest rate? I mean, is anybody doubting this information? I mean, sincerely, for anybody watching my channel, I'd love to hear your opinions on, do you have doubt of what the media is telling you versus what's really going on? And that's the challenge. We have the city administration continues to pound their fist that this country is in its best times ever, and there's no doubt in their mind the direction that they're taking it, this country's prosperity and well-being. And for all those illegals, they're going to have the best, richest, nicest life in the USA like never ever seen. And that for you as a citizen, you should be so lucky to be able to live here and listen to the policies of this agenda that's going to make you be that much better off. Do you believe that's really where the end game comes, with all these policies and all the things that is going on in our country? So for me, I'm hearing through people that work at car dealerships, the heyday of selling cars is done. I was talking in very deep conversations with a young man who's a good friend of his father, and I won't mention his name on my channel, but he told me yesterday that yes, his car sales are half. All the car people are struggling. All the car salespeople. He's very fortunate. He's a young man, no family. So he has very little obligations per se. I'm sure he has payments for their car or whatever, but he doesn't have a family. But he says for the sales guys that have a family, they're in very challenging times. And then he talked about how he used to be able to go to the store and buy $100 worth of food, and it lasted more than a week. Now you go buy $100 worth of food, you barely even last 3 to 5 days of that same amount of money spent. But he confirmed, which I think most of us know, that the car sales are in dire straits. They're in bad shape. So the doubt among us, I mean, you have to actually say to yourself this morning, are we at the highest doubt of ever in modern times of what this country is getting ready to go through? I mean, do you really believe all the agendas that this administration shoves down people's throats is going to make things better? I mean, do you really believe that? I mean, I think most people watch my channel will be more like, no way. There's no doubt in my mind that what is going on in this country that's undermining this country is really going to happen. And it's just a matter of time before it really starts to play out. Sadly, that's going to put a lot of people in dire straits. But is that true? Is it just a negativity? So I pulled in the Dark Horse to the Mustang. So the guy that freshened up the Ford Mustang, the running joke was, what they call this? The McMarrow, or I can't remember the guy's named it. But if you look at the lines, look at the back end of this rear fender. See that? How kind of bulbs out? Come back here. And the Camaro has a little bit more bulbous to it, but it's so similar on those lines as you walk down the car. So it's then kind of come back here and look at the lines. I mean, in so many ways, change out the taillights. If you changed out the taillights, would you think this is a Camaro? I mean, if you took away the way the hood is designed right there, because the Camaro has a flatter surface hood here, and I see it has a much flatter surface. But you know what I was looking at also is this Camaro is every bit as big or wider or as wide, it seems like, as my Challenger. It just seems like the Challenger, and if I step back, but my car is in here, so it kind of takes it away. But what's crazy is on how that Camaro is so light. And keep in mind, you have a supercharged motor in that car, the Challenger. Over this doesn't have that. It's just a naturally aspirated 427 aluminum block. So, there's a lot of variables there, a lot of different things set up in the cars. But in so many ways, it's every bit as wide, the Challenger and Camaro, but that car is so free-spirited. This is the most fun car I've ever driven that truly feels like the race car besides my GT500. The GT500 takes the win of all time for me of just an all-out performance race car feeling, but I have to honestly say that this Dark Horse so much has the same personality and attitude as my GT500, and at the end of the day, the Mustangs so much more race than the Mopar products. And that's why my daughter wants the Camaro, because she wants the manual transmission. She wants that more free-spirited, fun factor. But she gets that out of the Vapor Blue GT over there. Where the hell is my Whipple supercharger? Should I be getting worried? I mean, sincerely, should I start? I mean, what a joke. Not a peep. I mean, I'm so glad the thing didn't come in when I was in Florida, because for my wife, I don't know how she ever picked that thing up to get in my shop. So that was a blessing that didn't happen. Here the weather's turning and the motorcycle riding is going to start being here, because we now are in the 70-degree weather. But I have so many freaking projects. And somebody probably right now watching my channel is like, what happened to the Raptor R? I'm just not there. I'm just not there on the Raptor R. So Willow's down here, hiding or taking possession of the football. So the Kiefer boy, hey, I got a new chair. And believe it or not, the new chair came from my wife's office upstairs in the house. So last night, like at 8 o'clock last night, I carried this freaking black chair up here in this office without killing myself. So I got a new chair because the wife doesn't want it. I think I bought that for her. I remember she probably like, you didn't buy that? But does this chair prop me up a little higher? Does it? Yeah, I think it does. It feels a little funky. I had that chair since, I have to say, 2004. No, this office wasn't built. I didn't build this office till like 2005. That's when I had this whole upstairs made into an office. So that's 20 years ago. Wow. No, that's 19 years ago. Is that right? Oh my gosh. Stay on down, little boy. You just want to play. He always wants to play. As you can tell, he seems like he's just kind of acclimating. So I know, long video, but the jout conversations. Love to hear the comments for other people who watch my channel, because, I mean, don't you have a lot of doubt? I mean, is there any, I guess the word is, there's no doubt in your mind that what is going on around us is going to have consequences. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just, I can't see it. I just can't see it. Everybody paid premium prices for everything, and they're now going to the dealership to go trade in their car and buy one, and they're finding out that the car doesn't have the value. I mean, but at the same time, I've read a lot here lately about the stock market, and it's just, the video is going to be too long today. But if you just start reading how the stock market is on fire with the tech side, it's beyond believable. And on the green agenda side, but even though in so many ways the green agenda is faltering. There's a whole article, Build Your Dream, the Chinese manufacturer over there with Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway or whatever, invested in that company, and they're talking about how that company is really going through some very challenging times. They're not able to compete in the world market, and the quality of what they brought in the market isn't what people like. The vehicles in so many ways are borderline junk, and they have thousands upon thousands of cars sitting in warehouses that they're not selling. So for BYD, they're trying to get out of the Chinese market, which the Chinese market has softened, so they're going for the European and other countries to try to move their product, and they're having a very challenging time because the cars become more expensive because of tariffs and other things going on in other parts of the world. But it also talks about how the love and the flavor for the EV vehicles has simmered down. So has the world already gone through the people that thought to themselves they have no doubt that the electric vehicle is the future and it's going to save the world. But versus you have a majority of people sitting on the sidelines saying there's no doubt in their mind That's not going to resolve the challenges of the world. It's smoke and mirrors. It's just a wealth transfer from Saudis to the Chinese, and I don't trust it. And the list goes on and on and on. And there's an incredible amount of now articles populating more than ever that I've seen that talk about these charging stations that store all your data, and these charging stations are hackable. And that, so now the future cybersecurity challenge is all these electric charging stations populating everywhere, and you're giving these charging stations all your personal information to connect your car that has all your information. That is opening the door for a Pandora's box of literally rolling blackouts, literally them hacking your car to be able to drive it. I mean, sure, a lot of companies claim they've got the software that's been put in. This ain't going to happen, Mr. Iceman. But once again, it's a whole other thing of people start to doubt. Once you have a little doubt in your mind about something, you usually pull back and kind of, like second guess yourself. And so, but at the same point, I think most here would just shake their head and say that the big media machine has convinced so many people that they should have no doubt of what this current administration is doing to this country is going to be all fine and dandy. And when does it really start to play out where people start to see things that just beyond believable that most people would say, yeah, we knew this was going to play out. I mean, there's so many people on my YouTube channel that have been critical of me, which I don't take it personally by any means, that, I bought all these cars at high expensive values, and at the end of the day, there was no doubt in their mind that I'd be the guy stuck with cars because I paid too much for them. So there's a perfect example on my own channel that other YouTube subscribers would say, Iceman, there was no doubt in my mind when I saw you paying premium price for all these vehicles that eventually the day would come a reckoning for you that you had too much money tied up in cars and you can't get rid of them. Right. So there's a perfect example of people on my channel that had no doubt. So that's it. I know it's a long conversation. It's another day of just keeping the channel going, which I like to talk. Can you tell? And I appreciate all the support. And hey, good morning there to Don and Jenny and all your doggies. Don's a great guy. He's been reaching out to me a lot, and appreciate all the information he shares on a personal level, which is really cool. And it's incredible how he lives in Vienna, West Virginia, and I used to live in Vienna, Virginia. When I first moved to Virginia in 1980, when I was just a kid, I lived in Oakton, but Vienna, Virginia. So I think it's pretty cool. You live in Vienna, West Virginia. So once again, hope you're having a great day there. Appreciate all your nice comments, support. And for anybody else out there watching my channel, spread the word, share the word, and if you want, get some stickers from me under Ice Age TV comments, and share the channel. And hopefully others can, it's Ice Age TV comments at gmail.com. You're welcome to send me a personal email. I know Dan out of Canada was sending me some emails there. I hope Dan's doing okay up there in Canada. Haven't heard from him in a while. And Tactical Mex and all these other. I mean, there's so many different subscribers. You have these usernames. So if I don't always remember them, sorry. I know it's just a lot of different usernames. And for me, yeah, are the rocks in my head this morning where I got to rattle them around to get to work right? So my apologies if anybody there doesn't think I'm thinking about them. I am. For everybody, it's always has been consistent on saying good morning to me. Believe it or not, I think of you, and sincerely, I think to myself, I hope you're okay, because I haven't heard from them. But I get it too. It's not easy watching these long YouTube videos. I get that. So once again, everybody, thanks so much for being so cordial and so nice on my channel and helping it grow. And hopefully you can grow this channel so that I'm the next Cletus McFarland one day, which, keep in mind, I'm good at what I'm doing, and I hope for the best for my channel. But yes, if I ever really started making serious money, would I do the giveaway things and have all the paraphernalia stuff? I would. I really would. It would just be giving back to the community, which I like to do. So anyways, everybody have a great day. I'm busy as all get out, so the stress level is actually pretty high for me right now. You don't probably see it, but yeah, I got a lot going on. So it's very challenging. You just don't know the other side of the equation of my life. And I can only hope I radiate through my channel that we're all going to get through this, and we all have challenges. And with us being together, I think it makes us stronger. So I appreciate that. And have a great day. And as always, God bless. Stay safe and stay tuned for more adventures.